So the stock I'm using here, and what I now use for most of my tongs, is 14 millimeter, or close to 9/16. So obviously I'm upsetting the end a little bit here just so I can get a little bit more thickness on that jaw and pivot area. Just one more heat to thicken it up some more. Now I'm squaring up the stock, and I'm basically only showing 1/2 in the beginning here. At this point, I'm forming a jaw. I want to make these jaws half round, and so that's why I'm banging this piece of round into the jaw end here. So here are the two halves, and I'm kind of still scratching my head about how I'm going to go about this. But from this point forward, then they're not identical. I'm just using my countersink punch here just to mark the center where I want to slit open. And now onto my slitter to slice open this hole here so that the other half can pass through. Just put this piece of mild steel down so if the slitter slices through, it won't mar my end. And then another go at it. Crucial for this operation is I don't want to remove material. I just want to slice this open so I can save as much material as possible. And now that it's slit open, I'm just drifting it to widen it out and using, doing this over a hardy hole. This way the slitter can pass through some more. Now I've moved on to a handheld tapered punch. my guillotine tool here just to offset the jaws some so that it'll be easy to accept a certain size stock, like for example a 1/2 inch or 5/8. Probably didn't have to use my guillotine for that operation, but I just have the habit of doing that. And then, bend it one way and then bend it back the other way. And so that creates a little bit of distance when the two tong blanks are together. I'm using flat dies here just to fuller evenly from both sides. Experimenting here. I'm putting a notch on the back end so that my thinking is that it'll be easier to hang up the tongs if they both have notches that meet on the back end. I'm just fooling around here, cleaning up this tong blank a little bit. So that's basically 1/2 and what should be the harder half. And I know what mistakes I've made on this. And on the next half, I make even more mistakes, but I just wanted to follow through because that's all part of the learning process for something like this. I use my guillotine tool here again to fuller both sides of the second half of this tong, and this is where things start to go pretty awry for me here. I thin it out too much. I shouldn't have created that boss you see there. It almost looks like that's where I'm going to rivet, so I'm trying to make some corrective camera blows, but it's a little bit too late now. No matter the mistakes I made on this second half, I'm following through because it helps me to learn that much quicker. like they're going to mate up very well. It won't be a sellable tong, but I'll follow through and I'll be able to use this tong myself. After I finished this tong, I went ahead and made another blank for that half that was giving me so much trouble, and this is what it should look like. It's much closer to a finished sellable product. So I'll definitely show this tong again in a future video. But for now, back to the tong gone wild. Here I'm just doing the normal treatment that I do for the handle end. Like I said, I just wanted to finish this out and follow through on what I started. A steeper tapered punch here to widen this out so it'll accept the other half. The other half will be able to pass through. Now I'm putting the two halves permanently together on this adjustable rivet-less tong. Just some final adjusting on this tong, and I was thinking about what name would be good for these tongs. I think I had said rat tong, or what I just said, adjustable rivetless tong. That's the acronym ART, so maybe art tong. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. That's about all she wrote on this tong. Yeah, so here's the finished product for this tong. It's definitely, by my standards, not a sellable tong, and this represents the third prototype. I think the next one that I make will be very close to a style that I feel comfortable selling. So just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I'll definitely post another video. This tong's too thin in that jaw section there, but it really does have quite a range. As I'm fooling around holding different rounds, I can tell right away this would be suitable for these. The sizes that I spanned here was about like 5/16 to 3/4 of an inch there. And then also grab, you probably also be able to grab some flat as well with this tong, and maybe some square stock. So yeah, definitely this is very interesting, and I'm going to keep moving forward with it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.